Angel Reese just won a championship, but she didn't even show up for it. I'm not kidding. She skipped the playoffs, ghosted to the finals, didn't put on her sneakers once, and is still posting on social media as though she just hit the game-winning shot at the buzzer. It makes sense, but how can you miss the whole movie's conclusion and still want credit for the plot twist? She didn't play a single minute in the last 2 games, but still posted up like, "Y'all see this ring, girl? That ain't your ring, that's a group project," and you didn't even open the Google Doc. You know what she did instead of showing up? She went to watch Bronny James play high school ball, like CS. Really said, "Nah, I'm good on the championship. I've got courtside seats at a teenager game," and the media, oh, they ate it up. Angel Reese champion. Champion of what? Champion of calling it on. FaceTime like she was in the building, champion of skipping games, but still soaking up the spotlight. Let's be real, if Caitlin Clark did this, the internet would collapse. They'd say she's not committed, they'd say she's selfish. But Angel Reese does it, and all of a sudden it's queen behavior. Nah, it's clown behavior. This isn't hate, this is accountability. So in today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most ridiculous championship celebrations in sports history. We're breaking down why Angel Reese is out here doing press like she carried the team when she didn't even carry a water bottle, how the media is promoting the idea that everyone has amnesia, and why this supposed title may be the greatest overhyped item since NFTs until then. Before we get into all the fun, take a moment to like this video, and let's discuss FaceTiming from home. Additionally, you can subscribe to the channel to remain up to current on the most recent WNBA news, including game breakdowns and key trades. Just like this, don't miss anything. We've got you covered. Click the like or subscribe buttons, and let's get started.
I had no idea at the time that Angel Reese didn't even bother to show up. Didn't even show up. FaceTimed in. Did not show up to support her teammates.
Yes, you heard correctly. Angel Reese is gloating as though she just scored the game-winning goal in overtime of Game 7, but in reality, she didn't even put on her shoes for the last games. Her team, the Rose, won the league championship, and Reese wasn't there for any of the warm-up, team huddle, or pre-game motivational speech. She wasn't hurt, and she wasn't in any kind of restriction. She simply didn't let you know where she was. Watching a high school basketball game courtside while watching Bronny James play is like skipping your own birthday party to sit at the kids' table next door. I don't mean to offend Bronny, but seriously, girl, you skipped the playoffs to watch a high school game?
He's beating her shit. What y'all gonna say now? Now that I have this unrivaled championship that I didn't even think to attend.
Suppose your team is it's like calling in sick to work and then showing up in the company photo when the team wins an award. You didn't put in the hours, you didn't attend the meetings, you didn't lift a finger, but now you want the trophy, the Instagram captions, and what's that? It's so pathetic that your so-called star player is out enjoying highlights at a teenager's event during the playoffs. People on social media were raving about her, calling her a champion, and even though she wasn't on the court, not a single dribble, hustle play, or anything, she posted as though she had just locked down the other team's top score girl. You didn't even tie your sneakers, you weren't in the gym, you were in the bleachers at a high school game, and your squad was vying for a chip. Let's face it, Angel pulled the ultimate disappearing act, then reappearing as the main character girl, so it makes sense.
Angel Reese, 3-on-3, full season highlights. Let's go. This is my MVP, everybody, right here. Didn't win it, but she should have. Bye!
Have you ever worked on a group project where someone seeks credit for doing nothing? That's Angel. Right now, Reese, the teammate who vanishes until the presentation day, then reappears wearing a new attire, such as they carried the PowerPoint. Her teammates were out there fighting for every point, running plays, and receiving buckets while grinding and sweating. Reese was holding up the trophy as though she were out there calling plays and boxing out, but she was actually watching from her phone, most likely while enjoying a smoothie.
When her team achieved this remarkable accomplishment, Angel Reese was so thrilled, she FaceTimed in.
She actually joined the festivities via FaceTime. You weren't even in the group chat for the last 2 games, so no, that's not how this works. This is an Uber Eats, and you don't get delivery. I can't even fathom this. Your team wins a title, and you show up over FaceTime saying, "Hey guys, congrats. I'm so proud of you all. Now pass me my ring, sis." You don't door when it rings, you cannot skip the hustle and still make it to the highlight reel if you want to dash a championship moment.
She thought so much of this championship that she was like, nah, I don't want to diminish the greatness of this championship by attending the game and rooting on my teammate.
And let's not forget that true leaders don't just show up when it's time to shine. Instead, they show up when the team needs someone in the trenches when the sweat hits. So, yes, Angel Reese may have had her FaceTime moment, but that's not leadership. That's just acting like she was in the movie when you didn't even show up for filming. But let's talk about how the media is trying so hard to make her the face of women's basketball. I understand that she is marketable. She has personality, drama, and drama. She has that it factor. She's trending on Twitter, making TikToks, and she has the press on speed dial. Another title is added by Angel Reese. She was in the lamb room, not the gym, and she didn't even break a sweat or grab a rebound. Now, she's gathering phony praises as if she were at an NBA awards ceremony. Let's be honest, Angel. Champion again. Champion of what we live in a time when Instagram followers are treated like statistics, but real hoopers know that you can't Photoshop effort, edit, and commit. You can't Facetune, and you can't just show up on Instagram, flash a ring you didn't earn, and expect people to clap like you just dropped a buzzer beater. That's not how it works. Reese is out here receiving participation trophies without even participating. Work hard filters won't make that absence matter, and if Caitlin Clark had done this, she would be in the news for all the wrong reasons. They would be dragging her on every talk show and questioning her entire career, saying things like, she's not built for this, she's selfish, she's not a real leader. But Angel Reese, speaking of shows that no one requested, let's talk about this so-called league that gave her that shiny ring in the first place. Here's the other thing no one wants to say. The Unrivaled League isn't even that serious. It's a 3-on-1 league. The media pulls out the red carpet, hands her a microphone, and says, tell us how great you are, like we didn't all just see her miss the whole show. Come on now, be serious.
Championship game was so unimportant. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'll watch from home. I'll watch this stream from home, and I'll FaceTime in.
Furthermore, the majority of the well-known figures in women's basketball weren't even involved. Not even Caitlin Clark.
To sit through the fake importance of double-doubles all over again, question mark? Oh, nobody gets hollow double-doubles like your girl, Angel.
However, you want to discuss what you're going to say next. Clark, her name would be trending with hashtags like Shy K, Caitlin Ghosted, and Not My MVP, and her talk programs would be dragging her on Twitter as if she had forgotten how to dribble, and every sports podcast would declare her overrated. You would have entire shows criticizing her dedication and raising doubts about her leadership. Some people would even blame her for global warming. That's how crazy it would get. Let's be honest, this isn't hate, it's accountability. Holding someone to a fair standard doesn't mean discrediting them. Rather, it means treating them as though they truly matter. Speaking of what truly matters, let's talk about what true champions do when the chips are down, because guess what? They don't disappear when it counts. Who? You have highlighted player highlights or exclusive behind-the-scenes footage that we build. Champions don't skip games. Instead, they appear when their team most needs them. You think Kobe would have missed Game 7 and still attempted to hold the trophy. You think Steph Curry would have stepped out for the playoffs and thrown a parade. And even Dennis Rodman showed up after partying in Vegas, spoiler alert. They grind, fight, take the bruises, and carry the weight. They don't post up from a distance. They get in the pain and earn it.
Won the inaugural Unrivaled Championship last night, and people immediately took to social media and Twitter and started posting, look at what Angel Reese has accomplished.
The Rose actually performed noticeably better in the championship game without Angel Reese, so allow me to give you some hot, fresh tea. Angel was out there moving like a ghost because she actually disappeared, but Chelsea Gray transformed into a human highlight reel, and the team appeared laser-focused and operating like a well-oiled machine. The chemistry was spot on, and the enthusiasm.
And just how important this championship was to Angel Reese. Angel Reese didn't even attend the game. She was not in the building last night. That was more important than being at the location, being with her teammates, and actually, if this championship mattered, she would show up. She could afford it.
After the victory, She had the gall to appear as though she had just hit the game after going missing in action. Winner, as you all saw, that was all. You can't be the protagonist of a story, me girl. You weren't even in the building, the court, the bench, the engine, or even the spare tire. But speaking of things that don't add up anymore, let's talk about this hype bubble that Angel is riding on and how it might be about to burst. Look, I don't mean to offend. The game never waits for anyone, not even social media, and if Angel Reese continues to approach basketball like a fashion show and titles like photo ops, the clock will run out. However, she is still young, skilled, and has time to develop. Being famous is one thing, darlings. Another is being a baller. You can be both, but only if you support it.
Most influential female athletes right now. Simone Biles, number 3, right here. I can't quite get past the fact that Simone Biles is behind Angel Reese.
Where do we go from here? Angel Reese needs to start behaving like a legend if she wants to be remembered as one. The goal of this game is to see who works the hardest, not who talks the loudest. Even though Caitlin Clark is breaking attendance records and selling out arenas, she is working hard and not missing games or calling in from the sidelines. Until Angel Reese follows suit, these headlines and titles mean very little, and true fans can tell the difference. That's all there is to this breakdown. If you're being honest, you know that this wasn't hate. It was just facts. You can't skip the grind and still want the glory. That's not how sports work, and calling it out is a negativity. You can only write a narrative for so long before it breaks down, and it's not about proving the haters wrong. It's about proving the believers right. That's accountability. Now, if your stuff is amazing, please do me a favor. We have more takes, more receipts, and more truth on the way, especially regarding the WNBA and the players who are truly working hard. Thank you for watching, and please leave a comment below letting me know if you believe Angel Reese deserved that ring, or if this whole thing was just a cap. I'll see you in the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next drop.